Alright. Things are just warming up, and I am much later than I had hoped I would be. So, my plan for today was that I wanted to start streaming at 4. It's now 6:30. Clearly that didn't happen. And the reason it took me so much longer is because I have been working on getting the season pass in Sea of Thieves done, because it's a time gated thing. I don't like having a backlog of time gated things because at a certain point they all stack up, and I don't like that. So, getting that done, been trying to get 15 levels every time I have a day off. Got my 15 levels, and here we are. So today we're starting off with Satisfactory, same as planned, but instead of 3 hours like I had been hoping I'd be able to do, we're gonna go for a little bit closer to 2. I'm still gonna try for a 2-hour stream of Satisfactory and a 2-ish hour stream of Witcher 3. Might go a little bit shorter on Witcher 3 because we're getting into the plays the thing sort of quest line, and those are main quests, and I don't usually enjoy starting in the middle of them. So last time we streamed, we were getting screws and everything up and running, or the reinforced iron plates. And we'd gotten all the steel done. We'd wired in the iron plates to the fabricators or whatever they are. The assemblers. I don't know. There's too many machines. They all have similar names. Actually, I have not done our customary audio check, so let me just pop open the stream manager real quick and make sure that the audio is actually working. Everything works. I love it when things work. Okay. So, our current project is getting some of the material. What is this? Okay, so that's rods and screws. Are these all the screws? Yes. So each of those every single one outputs 260. So every single one of these is a level 3 belt. And I am trying to power 260. So that's we're going to have to be really stupid here, aren't we? Oh, we are going to have to be really stupid. Now the good news is, not actually that many of these. Just want to make sure that all of these 3. Come down here, and where are we going? These. God, that's going to be such a pain in the dick. For numerous reasons. Gonna have to adjust my DPI here. I almost... Yeah. One, two, three. Okay. So there's your first set of 6. Each one of those can power 4. And each cluster of 3 can power 13. And above screws out. Yeah, keep that there. Okay, so I need to... It's 260, so I can't even properly make a level 4 belt to take them. Because one would need to get divided. And then you've got an even bigger mess. Here's... There really is like no good way to do this. built them in those places. Because I have a certain thing that I kind of try to go for, and I'm fucking that up on myself. Of course, looking straight up like this is a problem in its own, but Satisfactory is full of problems, and we need to make solutions. That covers that 3. Okay. So, first, take that. Line it up like so. Take that, line that up. That goes to the bottom. And then that. And then that. This actually only works well, okay, it doesn't only work. But either way, I gotta do some really stupid fancy shit. Even then, I don't think it's gonna work, because better way around. If I put this here, like so. Okay, so that does work. About there. Okay. Making sure they're all threes again. Actually, these ones, they're supposed to eat 60 a pop. So let's go back and get some reinforced plates. The same thing we are currently trying to build. So yeah, another thing that I have to do is I need to get all of the power slugs I can get my hands on so that I have enough to pump up the iron production to what it's currently intended to be. Is it iron or coal that I needed to inflate? I think it was iron. Both, maybe? Probably both. One way or another, we're going to find out. Drop the DPI back down, grab a couple more. I don't like having my mouse on a lower sensitivity when I'm playing this game. But if I'm going to be building objects that I want to be specifically lined up way too far away, it's going to be a necessary thing. I think my original plan was to have that use another conveyor to drop that down even further. But I think having it weave around like that actually makes it cleaner. the math. I did the math wrong. Each of these is supposed to power 4. I mean, I could still... No. I need this. No. Here. And then 240, they produce 260. Okay, now we're going to get the math right. The only question is whether or not this is going to reach that far. Because that might need some working. That's only temporary. That's number 2. Oh, that's number 3, sorry. That's number 4. And then that whole span can get eliminated. So was that support? And there's those. This really is just going to end up being a messy, messy thing. And I don't even know how the hell I'm going to try and get all of these to, like, organizing an overflow is going to be such a ball ache. Because that's like the next big thing. The overflow unit. Although not like the next big thing, but like once this factory is operational. There needs to be an overflow unit. So that in the event things actually do start progressing as quick or quicker than intended, I will have parts going to Awesome Sinks. This is so much lower than the other side of the thing. One, two, three, four. Well, I think I already established that it can reach this far. Okay, so that train boosts it back up 40. Actually, this is an easy enough fix. Just have it go like that. Moved right as I was pushing the button. Actually, never mind. Hold on. Did I do all that for nothing? I probably did. This is what happens when brain doesn't work with numbers right. Because you got 20 extra, you got 40 extra. This would make 60 extra, but we don't really need 60 extra. We just need... a final lift. Then we got 4... only 7. If my math is right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So I need 2 more rows. That one there. That one there. You son of a... It's not hooking up right. There we go. Mm-hmm. These are problems that require modern solutions. When the ceiling is so high that you can like barely see what you're trying to click on. problem. I need to use that because the other side doesn't line up right. And I need to use this because the other side doesn't line up right. This is probably one of the only areas where I'm going to build like this, where it's this tight. And clearly, it is not going to be a build by choice. On the bright side, it does kind of save up all the room in front of the screw production for me to use. Oh, but God, think of the mess that's going to entangle the manufacturers. Think of the mess that these are going to make. God. Speaking of messes, I'm not even fully done this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I've got that set up about right. Okay. Conveyor lift Mark IIs. What am I looking at? Where am I leaving off? What do you mean it's hitting something? Something's weird up there. Hold on. I don't think we can even get up from here. But I'm looking at that chunk. And I don't think it should be clipping. That there. And then that all lines up. One, two, three, four, five. We build that. We're going to build it like that because we need access to there. 3. It's 120. So we're taking off 100. So the outflow of this one... $160 extra screws. Okay. Steel pipes are full, steel beams are not. What encased beam? $283 of whatever the hell. So I'll throw that in there. I'll throw those in there. Throw that in there. Okay. And that is the reinforced iron plates finally done. Only took us like 3 or 4 days actually trying to get to it. But we finally did get to it. Now I need to figure out what's next. Well, here's your steel beams. Steel beams, steel pipes. Plastic and quick wire. Iron rod and screws to make rotors. Well, there's something I can mess around with. Iron rods and screws. Honestly, dealing with screws is probably better because I think that's them right there. And if we're going to make screws first, we need even more of the level 2 belts. So each of those is going to end up needing 100 screws. Which, God knows, is going to go over wonderfully. Yeah, this can end up being layer number 1. So they produce 260. Yeah, so I already know there's going to be more than enough screws. Because of course there's going to be more than enough screws. How much... Yeah. How much stuff could possibly need all this many screws? Well, there's your first. And then I'm going to put a merger there. Put a splitter there. So 160. Sorry, not 160. Okay, every input needs 100. So you wire that. Put on a splitter. Put that into a Mark 1. So now I've got 120. So that's only 20, means it needs 80 from the next one. So it needs 80. 180. Did I do that right? 260. That eats 40. So that means you got 220. So you got the 200. There's your 20. That eats 80. Plus the 100 is 180. So that would put us at 280, so that means that side needs to eat 20. Eats 20. Hang on, hang on. Logistics is hard when you're not like in peak form. Okay. So the first two are 200. The merger marks where I need 300, but that's going to eat 40 from the next line. 240. I've still got 20 left over. So $20 goes that way. I think. One, 260, eat 40 from the next one. 1, 240. Moves 20 over there. That 20 eats 80 from here. So that's 180 at a 260. Okay, so that definitely needs to be a Mark II belt. 180 from 260. So 80 goes in. 20 gets split off. I am going to hate all of this so much. Sneezes. All right. So that eats 20, I think I said. Right? 60 surplus eats 40. 240, that eats 20. Eats 80 from that one. 180 out of 260. So you got 80 going in, you got 20 coming off of this one. So that's 120. Now there's 220. And that. So you got 40 coming off. You need 60. Which is perfect. Because then that comes in. The math is fucking painful. And I mean, look at this ugly circuitry. You got one that hooks over there, that one goes almost straight across, and then the rest are just hooking all the way down. And then I'm going to have one set of screws that's going to be producing 60 extra. I'm not too afraid of that for two reasons. Number one, no one's really going to see it. And number two, it actually is far enough apart anyway to be happy with it. that. Actually, what if I take this and I do that? Organization, small billboard. Hehehehe. So now I have 220 extra screws. Probably should stop and get a couple more steel beams. Probably get a little bit more of everything while I'm going on a supply run this time. Because we are getting to the point where once more we're going to need a bunch of things. Grab those. Grab a couple of them. So that way that I was thinking of. Do need the steel. That. Fortunately, concrete is one of the few things that we don't need that much of these days. There's eventually going to be another stop on this elevator that'll take me to the deck for the train station, because I do plan on building a train station that leads up there. But first, we gotta get everything else fucking done. Alright, where were we? Those. I was almost right when I looked at the back of them. So these need rods. Each of them 20 rods per minute. And just give me half a moment here to slap the band hammer. Always gotta make sure you slap the band hammer. Okay, so rods. Where do I have rods getting produced? These are the screws. I know I made rods somewhere. Steel beams. Yeah, that's all steel, isn't it? Even these are steel beams. Did I finish wiring that from below? Yeah. So from below, everything's hooked up. These are supposed to be steel beams. There's so many. Okay, but I've got to have a production zone for iron rods, right? Is this it? Yes. Okay. So these make 48 rods per minute. Oh, fucking A. $48 into a machine that takes 20. God alive, help me. Oh, my brain. $48 into a machine that takes 20. So I could wire up 10 of these. Okay, so that is the right distance. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, shit, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, so it's not terrible. Fuck me though. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, I was hoping I was done with this. I think I made them the wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So I'm gonna weave it so that they all double stack on that conveyor. Like when I have a second layer, and it's gonna go out and around. Which, on the one hand, might look stupid, but it's better than the alternative. Because I need to go 2 production rows over. And I really cannot afford to have it mucking things up too badly. Okay. I can totally figure this out. This is not stressful in the slightest. And then each one 20. So it's basically 240. $24? One max operation belt can power 24? Then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Shit, so we're gonna have some extra rods. So 15 would be 300. No, not that one. 300 divided by 48 is only 6 and a little bit of the 7th. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, and a little bit of the 7th. So 300. You'd still need a Mark IV belt, but it wouldn't need to run at capacity anymore. And to think there will come a time in the future when this becomes like the baseline. So I'm going to make let me make it on this side. Feeling generous to my future self. And actually it needs to stay a double anyways, so that kind of works out. Although I can, because that's kind of close, I can make this further out. One, two, three, four. And then that can just be a single line operation, because this is going to be operating in excess. And then they each eat 48. I need to step back a little bit so that I can... Maybe on the next Satisfactory stream we'll focus on getting copper and concrete started. Because I'm getting to the point, because I was looking at those other two things earlier. I'm getting to the point where I'm going to need to be producing at least copper. I should be producing some concrete as well, and also quick wire. Now, this is going to get a little bit wonky. because there are no dividers. So I basically have to like make one, put that, and then stretch it out again. And this is actually going to be the most efficient belt. That's already got one. That to there. That's already got one. That. That. That's already got one. And that. And now we have whatever the fuck that was. Rotors, probably. Might even call that a satisfactory stream here if we're doing that good. Come on, let me up. Okay, what else do we have that I can play around with? Oh, apparently I dismantled something that I didn't quite have the space for. Not that I'm hugely surprised. Versatile. Ooh, modular frames. Ooh, there's a thing. Rotors and stators. Plastic and quick wire. Steel pipe wire. Let's put there. Bows. Auto wire. Reinforced plate and steel pipe. Okay. So I guess we can start with the reinforced plate. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so there's only 18, which means I need 180 steel pipe and just 36 reinforced iron plate. Okay, so where did I put my constructors for... Okay, so I said I needed 36 of these, right? So that's 7 and part of the 1/8. Fuck. 7, 8. Yeah, I'll recount it down below. Yeah, these only produce 5 a minute. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8, 5, 40. Yeah, this whole thing can just run off a level 1 belt. Shit, that's offline. And honestly, with how easy this is to network, I might just make... that the higher level. Although they could both be really easy because steel pipes shouldn't be too difficult. Just a matter of I need more inventory space and more iron plate. Man, when this factory kicks on, it is going to be huge. And I don't even have everything built yet because I need to build like the train deck, I need to build the storage deck. I love when it's simple. One, two, three, four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Yep, okay, so I did make the right ones. Got that being straight. I don't terribly like doing a single line like this because it ends up being incredibly inefficient by the time you reach the final one. However, the way this is all set up, it shouldn't matter because this is going to be making more parts than are needed anyway with the splitter. Or the first splitter back there. And apparently I need more cable. Actually, wait, hold on. There's a dismantle crate over here. What's in this? Yoink. Okay, we're gonna finish up wiring just the reinforced plates. And then we'll hop into Witcher 3. Cable should be over there. Oh, over there. Could probably get a second spool, but save that for later. This is my problem. I get like a grand idea like this, and it looks fantastic. Like we're actually starting to make a lot of progress, and it's looking great. But it's just so much work to get there. Like we have barely touched anything over here, and that corner specifically is going to kill me. Because that corner specifically is where all of our big manufacturers are. motherfucker. Alright. Now I'm just gonna go upstairs. Gonna hop on top of those machines. And hopefully next time we do this, which is probably going to end up being Tuesday morning. Hopefully Tuesday morning I remember to like look down and take care of that machine. Because all in all, getting the steel pipes over there shouldn't be too difficult. Yeah, those machines and that corner. I'm gonna like stop so I'm looking at it. Alright, save game. Babylon stream 27. Now, we are adding like only a couple hours every stream. But the fact that we are going on 144, 145 hours is ridiculous. To main menu, confirm. Okay, so I am going to end stream very quickly because I want to split the Witcher stuff and the Satisfactory stuff and have that be their own things. So I'll be back in 2 seconds. Just make sure to refresh. And we will be back with Witcher 3. See you guys in a moment.